Yo, what's up, guys? It's Scuba. So, coming at you with a brand new deck list. This one's kind of in the works. I've been testing this. I saw the MBT video with the Skull Servant Dragoon deck, and it kind of gave me this idea to mix in Eldlich for the grind game, because his version was kind of just like a going second OTK version, and it didn't really have a lot of follow-up. And he was just playing a bunch of like consistency stuff. So I cut a lot of that in favor of the standard Eldlich package, and this is the list. So playing 3 Skull Servant, I think this is mandatory. You're pitching this with White Prince, and if you can manage to do that 3 times in one turn, which it is possible, yeah, you're looking pretty good. Only playing 2 White Princess. It comes up sometimes. It's searchable, so sometimes you can just get it off of White Baking, which is the reason why Skull Servants are relevant again, because of Blazing Vortex. But yeah, it comes up sometimes. 3 Unizombie. I think this is the main starter. You basically have 3 starters in this deck, all 1-card combos into a Dragoon, and possibly a King of the Skull Servant on board as well. Lady in White, it's a name engrave, and you can special summon it as a body off of White Prince, or White Mare. 3 Ash, self-explanatory. 3 White Baking, or 2 White Baking. Might do 3, but yeah, I think 2 is fine. You usually just sending this into the grave. So yeah, I think it's fine. 2 White Mare. Opening this in your hand is like okay, but usually you're just grabbing it off of White Prince, or White Baking or White Prince. Yeah, definitely White Baking, my bad. So 3 King of the Skull Servant, the boy, the biggest, baddest boy. Basically, one of the win conditions of this deck is just to make a crazy big fucking King of the Skull Servants and just crash into something. 1 for 1, gets out your Skull Servant, also puts Skull Servants in grave. Harpy's Feather Duster, because this is going second. Foolish Burial, starts off all of your plays. Essentially, you pitch a White Baking. If you already did Baking, then White Prince. 2 Golden Boy, 3 Cursed Outland, pay 8, feel great. 3 Scarlet, 3 Conch, and 2 Hulk. You might want to do 3 Hulk. I think 2 is probably fine. And then the Spice. Fucking, of course we're playing Dragoon, because we have to. The extra deck I'm not sold on yet. I think the links are fine. Probably Access Code Talker can go in here instead of Boral Sword Dragon. But yeah, I think it's fine. So we're playing 2 Zeus, 2 Fuko, and 2 Downard. I don't think you need to run 2 of each of these. You might want to run like Entus or something, in case you get like with Dogmatica Punishment. But yeah, I don't think you need 3 of these. I just don't know what else to run. The Zeus play rarely comes up, but when it does, it's super funny, because the wide variety of things that this deck can make is hilarious. We're playing our Verte Anaconda because Dragoon, Link Haribo, one of your main playmakers. Basically, if you didn't open up Unizombie, then you can just summon a White Prince or a White Baking, and go into Link Haribo or Al Mirage, and that gets your play started. 1 Kriston Helpy Fibrax, because we are playing 6 tuners, and helps you link climb. 1 Appaloosa, because we can actually get a bunch of bodies on board. Boral Sword Dragon helps you with OTKs. And the true boss monster of Skull Servants, Dragoon, apparently. There are a couple plays where you can get Boral Sword Dragon and Cyframe Lord Omega. They haven't really come up for me in my testing so far, but basically it goes like Unizombie, if he hits both of his effects, and then you can White Mare into a Lady in White, then you can basically make these Synchro 8s. Also, if you just resolve one of his effects and you have a King of the Skull Servant or any other level 1, and you have a Lady in White, you can also go into him. So it comes up, but there's just been more optimal plays in those circumstances. So I'm going to go over a few combos that you need to know to actually play this deck efficiently. And yeah, let's do that now. Okay, so the big question is what if I don't open Unizombie? Unizombie's like the main playmaker. This is what you do. So you go into your white baking, you go into Link Rebo, activate effect, and then you're gonna pitch White Prince and White Mare. These are the two boys. You're going to send White Prince, activate effect to send Skull Servant and Lady in White. Activate effect. Pitching the two you just sent to get the big boy out. But big boy's not too big right now, so let's fix that a bit. So we're going to special summon Lady in White right here. And then we're going to go into Verte. So now you got a 3k body. And you just made Verte. So it's a 1-card Dragoon with an extra 3 grand body on it. That's basically the least optimal play. So when you're met with that play, and you have a Unizombie in hand, you're not going to want to go for that. You're going to want to go for the Unizombie as well, or instead. So we're going to start by discarding. You're just going to want to go for your white baking first. If it's in your hand, then do discard first. And if it's in your deck, then just do it from deck first. So same exact idea here. Grabbing White Mare, grabbing Prince. The main difference with this one is that your King of the Skull Servant's just going to be bigger. Or you can possibly go further and extend combo even further. So same thing. We're going to pitch these two, get out the big boy, activate White Mare's effect right here. And at this point, you can make, or you can get another body engrave. So this time we're going to go for White Prince. White Prince is going to activate. And we're going to send 2 more. So right here, you have a few options. You can make Verte with these two. You can make a Synchro 8 with these two. You have a 5k body on board. You can also make Halki Fibrax and Link Climb with this. Or you can activate White Prince and basically extend combo. So let's just mess around with this here. We can go into Halk, summon Unizombie, and then with that, we have access to our Zeus play now as well. Let's go with let's go with Dragoon. I still think Dragoon is probably the best play here. Yeah. So now it's basically the same thing, only extended further into your second copy of King of the Skull Servant. This is all off of 2 cards. Realistically, you can get the same board with only 1 card. You're just lacking 1 body. Yeah, I think knowing this Skull Servant play is probably the most optimal for you, so that you can break boards. The one crappy thing about this is it's super susceptible to Nibiru, because you're summoning a lot of stuff to get to this point. Also, hand traps that affect Grave. Ash fucks this over. Yeah, this is super susceptible to being hand trapped, but I'll show you a few replays of what this deck can actually do in more of a competitive field. Okay, so this first one is against Infernoid, and this kind of highlights more of the standard line of play that you're gonna want to go with. So I start off with going second. Forgot. So yeah, he's gonna set up Lure of Darkness and basically set a whole bunch of stuff and that we got to play around. So go Curse Outland to get Golden Boy. I destroy something, but he brings back Cursed Outland, so I can't bring special summon him. And then he's gonna go for what is this? Void Fest. This card is crazy. It just sets up a crazy board that this deck has a big issue getting around. I think this was our second game out of 3 with this guy, and he hit Void Fest on me, and I didn't have an answer, and he just completely destroyed me. So we're doing the basic white baking play, sending the white prince, and then we're going to special summon the white mare to go into Dragoon. That way we're going to get some damage from the Dragoon off of the Eldlich Golden Lord, and then also put him back in my grave so that I can special summon him onto field next turn. So that one is pretty good. So this one we're playing against a Shadal player. I'm not really sure what version of Shadals that this is. I haven't really seen it. I play Shadals. I like Outlet Shadals. I like Trap Shadals. But yeah, I'm not sure if this is just like a new player or they wanted to do Zephyra Shadals or Zera Shadals. I don't know. But yeah, this one kind of highlights the ceiling of the deck, even when you have 2 bricks in hand. So they're going to go for Construct. They're going to pitch a Falco so they can get another body on board, and then they're going to set their Fusion, which is interesting. So we're going to Foolish our Golden Boy so we can get him on board, and then get rid of the Construct early. I didn't want to commit to a board until that Construct was handled. So here we're going to go for Unizombie. We're going to do the standard white baking play, pitching the prince and getting bodies in grave, getting out the king, and then getting out another body to make Verte. We're going to send our 2 copies, make Dragoon, and then pop. Here I think was a bit of a misplay. I don't think I had to negate Falco's effect. We were going to get 2 more traps on board anyways. So I should have just kept Conch in my hand, and so I would have a negate for this turn for the upcoming Shadal Fusion, because he has 2 of those, so negating that would have been great. But turned out alright. He goes for Shadal Fusion, goes into Shekanaga. I Hulk it, or Conch it, and it's destroyed. I'm going to activate to get another Golden Boy on board, which is kind of win more, but yeah. So we're just going to go in for a ton of damage, way overkill, and just look at this ridiculous board. Just 2 Golden Boys, a Hulk, or a Conch, Dragoon, and a 3k King of the Skull Servants. So this one's kind of funny. It's a Rage Quit. He's playing Grenader Boss Stage. I don't know this deck that well. All I know is that the big boss monster that comes out, he's got negates. So I had to try to play around it. But we're basically going to go for standard play. Pitching the white baking offhand so that we can do that. He's going to make us pitch a Skull Servant, which actually helps us. And we're still going to get things engraved, so we'll still be able to get the bodies on board. We won't get the Skull Servant out yet, but we can send another white prince. So we're going to make him and go into Verte, Dragoon, and then pop the big body for 3k damage, and then he just concedes. Yeah, he's kind of left with nothing. He's got a Gamma and a Harpy's Feather Duster. We're barely playing anything. We didn't open any Eldlich, so there was nothing that he could really pop with that. And these were going away the next turn anyway, so yeah, this one was a funny one. So what's my general thoughts about this? I don't think it's as consistent as the MBT version. I know he was playing somebody else's deck or whatever. I'm just going to call it the MBT version. I think this deck is a lot of fun. It's kind of strange that a lot of times you're not opening up the Eldlich engine and you're just playing straight up Skull Servants, but you have a lot of one-card combos on the Skull Servant side that just facilitates so much play. So much so that I almost want to add more Link Rebo and Almirage. But yeah, I think it's super, super good. Of course, running the bricks kind of sucks. I haven't really figured out the science to the ratios yet. Like, I probably should be running 3 white baking. Even a white baking normal summon is a Dragoon and a King of the Skull Servants on board. I think that's probably fine to run 3 of these. But yeah, I think this deck is kick-ass. 1-for-1 is nuts in this deck. I don't think any of the replays highlighted it, but yeah, I recommend giving this one a shot. Maybe workshopping the extra deck. I literally have not made Zeus yet, but in theory, this play would be really, really good for decks that can't handle Zeus. And the side deck is like haphazardly thrown together. You probably want to play Cosmic Cyclone. I like Cosmic Cyclone instead of Lightning Storm, but I figured since we're doing a blind second deck, Lightning Storm's probably fine. Droll and Lockbird, I don't know if it's that good right now. Probably can do something like a Lancia. That might be better. But most of the time, it's just Ash Blossom has a lot of synergy with this because you can Halka Fibrax into it, and also it's a zombie. So yeah, I think this deck is pretty fucking great. Yeah, give it a try. Let me know your thoughts. If you guys have any critiques of what I should do with this build, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that stuff, and hope everyone has a beautiful day.